Yo, what up, man? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Today, guys, let's talk about pre-approvals, man. It's the top of 2022. I know a lot of people are looking to get pre-approved, so we're gonna talk about how to get pre-approved from a loan through your bank, right? So this goes for personal loans, home loans, auto loans. Really, just depends on what type of loan you're trying to get. Right now, first things first, guys, is review your finances. You always want to review your finances and make sure that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's, because this is a vital, important part when it comes to getting a loan, right? A lender is going to decide how much money they're going to give you partially based on how much money you make. Because at the end of the day, think about it like this. If you was loaning somebody money, you would want to know when you're going to get it back. How much can that person afford to borrow from you, right? Now, there's different qualifications when it comes to different type of loans, and that's why I said student loans, auto loans, personal loans, home loans. They all have different qualifications, but a lot of them are similar when it comes to income, um, you know, credit requirements, things like that, right? So, secondly, you want to have your documentation in order, right? So, aside from your finances, which is like bank statements, pay stubs, tax returns, right? You want to have your documents in order. So all of these documents can include W-2s, tax return, bank statements, your credit file, your credit record, etc. Meaning any type of assets you may have, things like that, right? You always want to have your documentation in order, because when a lender go to ask you for that information, you want to be on point. You want to make sure you got everything to go, you're ready to go, and always paying attention, because there's a lot of paperwork involved with getting approved for loans. So you want to make sure that you're staying on top of it, always contacting your lender and figuring out what's going on, right? So one of the main factors, even if you're trying to get like a home loan, is that stable income and solid credit, right? So what do I mean by stable income? Stable income, guys, is for a home loan, you want to have 2-year tax return, right? Solid credit, guys, is like above, 640, at least a 650. That's solid. That's fair, right? That's not the 700 club, but that's pretty fair, 650, right? Now you can get a loan if you have a lower credit score, right? I don't want to confuse you guys and say you can't get a loan at all if you have poor credit. Sometimes you can. It's just the cost of the money is so much more. The interest rates and things like that is just so much more. The down payment is just so much more, right? So next, guys, and I think this is the most important thing, it's the last thing we have on the board, is to research and visit multiple banks and credit unions. Understand, guys, banks and credit unions both give loans. So you want to visit both, and you always want to be able to compare your options. So say you visited American Bank of America, you visit Wells Fargo, right? You may talk to two different lenders trying to get the same type of product. Maybe it's an auto loan. You want to compare your options. You want to compare your interest rates. You want to compare who you want to do business with, right? You want to compare that services, right? What did they offer? How did they treat you when you came in? Even if you're on a phone, how was they able to assist you? How was they able to answer your questions? You want to do your research. There's a ton of research online. There's a ton of reviews. You don't always want to listen to other people's reviews. You want to see for yourself. You could literally talk to customer service reps, but you do want to do your research, do your due diligence, visit multiple banks, always weigh your options, always leverage your options in order to see what you want to do. And always remember credit unions as well. Smaller banks, more local banks, sometimes tend to give out loans sometimes quicker than some of the bigger banks, like I mentioned, like a Wells Fargo or a Bank of America. But like I said, no matter what type of loan you want to get approved for, you want to review your finances. You want to have your documentation in order, and you want to just have that stable income and credit. Because the thing about it is, you can have stable income and not the credit. You can have the credit and not the stable income. You can have stable income, but maybe it's not documented income, right? So you really want to have your ducks in a row. If you need help, assistance with LLC formation, I do help with that as well, right? But you want to do your research, because when you're going to people, you already game planning. You already know some things about the company, about the product, about the services, what's the interest rates. Maybe some of the things you read online, and it just gives you less of a headache, because you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, what you're looking at, and you always can visit multiple people, multiple lenders, because if one bank says no, that does not mean it's a no. It means that you need to try again, or you may need to adjust something when it comes to your documentation, your income, your credit, your finances, maybe you missed some paperwork and revisit another bank to get that, yes. But if you're simply not where you need to be, then you need to reverse engineer it, work backwards, get in this place, make sure you have all these items available and ready to you to be able to get that approval. But if you already do, follow these steps, follow these guidelines, talk to your lenders, talk to me if you just want some advice on what company you guys can go with, what companies I've heard people recommend that I'll personally work with. And I'm going to see y'all next time. If you're watching this on YouTube, follow the Instagram, I am Precious Thompson, and I hope this video helped. Peace, y'all. Happy Tuesday.